All right, welcome back to another episode of Defend the Cats Chat. As you guys all know, this is the show dedicated to your Peach State Cats. So if you're tuning in with us, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. As you guys can see, I'm joined by 5 members of your Cats team, a very successful Cats team so far this season. So we're going to get into a couple things. Obviously they just played against the Columbus Lions. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about their upcoming game, and then we'll also get into a little bit about what makes up the Cats team and what brings these gentlemen back each and every year to play for these Cats. So without further ado, we'll kind of go around the room real quick. And how are you guys doing tonight, Coach Moreland?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. Glad I got a good group of guys online with me. But like I said, I'm doing good. Can't complain. Everything's good over here on our end.
Absolutely. Mr. Gould, how are you doing tonight?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm very excited to learn more about you. Seeing your name pop up quite a few times on Facebook, I'm sure we'll have some fun stories coming out. So,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Elijah, how are you doing tonight?
If you got to take it off mute.
Elijah, can you hear us okay? Uh-oh. We might be having some audio issues with him. We'll see if we can't get him back on here in a minute. But we also have Tommy back. So, Tommy, can you hear us okay? Uh-oh. Okay, maybe not. All right, Sammy, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So how are you doing tonight, Sammy? And thank you so much for joining us.
I'm great. Thank you.
Awesome. So let's see if we can't get Tommy back on here. Tommy, can you hear us now? All right. Sounds like we're having a couple typical StreamYard audio issues at the moment. We'll see if we can't get those figured out as we keep going here. But Coach, obviously you just had a great game against the Columbus Lions, and as we all know, that's you're in the AAL too. You're playing an AAL opponent, and you guys managed to keep it honestly pretty well in hand. How did you go into this game in terms of strategy when you're going against a team like the Lions, who have really kind of been rolling through even the AAL at this point so far?
Right. So going into the game, I know, with me being on the Columbus Lions staff, I kind of know the team and everything. So I knew I had to come in with a plan. And the plan was, to try to match our athletes up, one-on-one, try to get a lot of one-on-one coverages and not make it so hard on the quarterback to actually have to kind of read zones or whatever. Just, let's create one-on-one matchups and let's take advantage of it. And for the most part, it was there. Even though we didn't have all the completions we wanted, but for the most part, we kind of created some one-on-ones and took advantage of them. I knew once we got down to the red zone, feed Tristan the ball and let him do what he do.
Absolutely. So Tristan, obviously, it seems like a good point to segue over. When you get in the red zone, especially against a team like the Lions that have a great defensive line, I mean, how do you kind of prepare yourself for that mindset? I mean, obviously, it's a tough game, when you get into the short yardage situations, and obviously, again, the Lions have one of the best defensive lines in indoor football. So, I mean, I imagine for you kind of have to prepare yourself for a situation like that.
I would say I feel like I prepare my O-line for situations like that. I tell them, like, there's some talent across from you. You're really gonna have to bring it. I emphasize that so that when we are in these situations, I can trust them and I can exceed and go score the ball.
Very nice, very nice. And Sammy, I wanted to ask you specifically. I mean, obviously, going against the Lions, you're going against some really good defensive backs. How does that make you better as a receiver, going forward when you're facing other AAL2 teams and also trying to get to the next level yourself?
You want me to be honest with you? They DBs ain't do nothing that I ain't never seen before. You feel what
That's
I'm
fair.
saying? they not the biggest DBs. They not as aggressive as everybody say that they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'4", 235. It's hard to be aggressive with me. You know what I'm saying? So I done seen these guys before. I done played against before. You feel what I'm saying? I done gave them that work before. So I feel like we honestly could have beat them guys. But think about it. We was in that game and we only had one sack and we didn't even win the turnover battle. You feel what I'm saying? And we had bad snaps on our end. We had penalties on our end, offsides on our end. You know, we had more penalties than they did. You know, so I feel like the next time we see them, it's gonna be a lot tougher than it was the first time. You know, so yeah, like I say, they didn't show me none that I ain't never seen before.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, there's only so much you can do on defense, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
makes perfect sense.
For sure.
Elijah, can you still hear us okay now? Perfect.
It
So
look like he's still on mute though.
that's very true. That's very true. You are on mute still. So on that note,
I can hear you. Here you go.
There we
Okay.
go.
Perfect. So I wanted to transition over to the defensive side of the ball now that we have Elijah on here. So Elijah, from a defensive perspective, what did you see from the Lions that was maybe different or something that you were maybe not expecting going into the game? Was there anything at all, given that Coach Moreland has a little bit of extra insight there?
There's definitely not anything that happened that I didn't expect. But definitely like the speed of reads, them knowing each other, knowing where the person's going to be, and the quarterback just being able to get rid of that ball before a receiver gets into a break. Where I'm winning clean, and you're not used to having to have that extra little step as you come through. Well, I had to have it for them, and get there a little cleaner. So as the year goes on, it'll help me to be able to get off of rushes even faster, get to the quarterback faster. But yeah, that's pretty much the difference. It's just the speed of them understanding what's going on around them.
That makes perfect sense. Now, out of curiosity, when you're facing some of those offensive linemen, talk to me a little bit about those one-on-one matchups you had with them. I mean, do you feel like that's an extra challenge, or is it something like kind of like what Zeus said? It's not something that you haven't seen before. You were already prepared for this, and it was kind of just another game on your slate. Can you still hear us, Elijah? Uh-oh. All right. Can you still hear us, Sammy?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So we have a question from the chat here. Robbie Forrester asks, what keeps you guys motivated? So going in a game like Columbus or going into next week's game, how do you guys stay motivated? I mean, on a week-to-week basis. Let's go to Sammy first on this one.
This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the big stage is where I belong. You know what I'm saying? I was in semi-pro, you know what I'm saying, skidding down there along just because I was with the homies. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like this is where I belong. You know, the roar of the crowd, the way the floor trembling when everybody get to screaming. I don't care if it's for our team or for the other team. It makes your blood flow like morphine going through your bloodstream. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I do. Football is something that I do. Going to go put my hands on another man and can't get in trouble for it. That's something I enjoy to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. And
I
celebrate
wake
right
up
afterwards.
early in the morning, even though the game's at 6, 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. I'm waking up at 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I got to get right. So that's how I just get up in the morning and pray to God, man. Thank him.
That's awesome. I love that. Tristan, how about you, sir? Like, how do you stay motivated each week?
Well, I would say I am a competitor. I love to win. I hate losing. So week to week, I come to compete. So I want to win. I tell my guys, execute. That's really one thing that I preach to my offensive guys because I like to score points. I like when we run the score up. I do not like to get beat. So that's one thing. I just love to compete, honestly.
Makes sense. Coach, I remember very distinctly you saying on the last episode that you actually came to Peach State to play. So, I mean, what keeps you motivated to coach every week?
Just being able to put put a team together, put the best roster out, put the best offense out there, and just getting these guys in position to compete and to actually see them go to the next level or get back to the next level. So that's my why. That's what keeps me going. And we got a lot of haters. We got a lot of people that want to see us fail. So to kind of piss them off, we gotta win. We gotta win, and we gotta blow teams out. And when we do play against pro teams like the Columbus Lions or Mississippi, a lot of teams, they're gonna get blown out. They're gonna lose. But when we're in it, and we're giving them a run for their money, that's my motivation right there. That's what keeps me going. Knowing we got all the eyes on us, everybody's watching us. So that's what keeps me going.
I love it. Love it. Very similar to what Sammy said, kind of the roar of the crowd type situation. Makes definite sense.
I will say this was probably, now I'm at those Columbus Lions games, week in and week out, but it was pretty loud at this game. Like, it was half the time, I'm calling for players over the headset and the coaches can't hear me. Or, when we did fumble that snap, the center said he couldn't hear the quarterback. He thought the quarterback said hut, but it was the fans, and it was so loud in there. You get what I'm saying? So it was a nice crowd, and it was rocking.
That's awesome to hear. I mean, that's a large arena for it to be that loud. So good for Columbus, and glad to hear that the fans are behind them and behind you guys as well. Obviously a very, very regional rivalry there with Columbus. So I wanted to ask you guys another question as far as, kind of how you guys prepared for the game. So, I mean, Sammy, you talked about it a little bit there. You get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. What does that look like for you? I mean, you get up, you mentioned you prayed. What else do you do before you get ready for a game?
I can say that on the live.
No. Hey, that's why I like being live, baby. Get the uncut, get the raw uncut.
I know you said something. But nah, it really a lot of meditation. Mentally, from a young age, I've been messed up. You know what I'm saying? So I be have to clear my mind of a whole lot of things. You feel me? Like, yeah, I be wanting my parents to come see the games, but they passed when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I be wanting my brothers to come see the games, but a lot of them passed when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I just sit by myself in the living room and just chill, bro. I don't even want to go too deep in there. But I just kick it, meditate a little bit.
That makes sense for sure. That makes sense. Definitely, you can tell this game means a little bit more to him sometimes. So, that's the good thing about football is there's a lot of different ways you can get that outlet. And obviously it means a lot to every one of these gentlemen that are on the screen with us tonight. They sacrifice a lot of time, energy, effort, all of it to make this happen for us as fans. So, it's awesome to kind of hear the emotion in Sammy there, because obviously it means a lot to him. So, so let's go around the horn here, and let's go to Elijah next. Elijah, how do you prepare for a game, of any sort for that matter?
Well, with me, I think I imagine every way that I can lose. Every single play that they run, everything I've seen them do on film, I imagine myself losing in every single one of them aspects, and to the point where it gets me mad enough to refuse to lose. And especially in a game like Columbus, where hey, I'm an undersized guy. I'm 6'2", right at 240. They're gonna run at me. So I imagine myself getting bullied. So that when it come that time, I'm already mad enough to say, no, not today. Not today.
I like that. I like that thought process a lot, for sure. Obviously, being undersized as a defensive lineman, you're gonna face some tough challenges at times. So you definitely have to be mentally prepared for that. Tommy, can you hear us okay at this point?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can. Awesome. Glad to have you on tonight. So we've asked a couple questions of other guys, so I want to give you your opportunity to talk about as well. So one of the questions we got in the chat is, what keeps you guys motivated on a week-to-week basis? So what keeps you motivated to lace them up every week and go play?
Well, for one, for us all, we still have to come back home to our families and whatnot. So basically, that's a number one motivation right there on what you're doing it for. What you're doing it for. Like, what's your reason why? You always have to keep your reason why at number one. And all you need is that motivation to keeping you going. For real.
I love it. I love it. Tristan, do we get a chance to ask you what keeps you motivated yet?
Yeah, to compete. I just love to compete, honestly.
Love it. Love it. Awesome. So how do you prepare for a game, Tristan?
So me, I'm a big gym guy. Shout out my gym, PSP Precision Step Performance, Jamar Gordon, best in the land. I go there Monday through
Tear
Thursday,
this shit
Saturday
up.
mornings before the game. So it's just I've been going to Jamar for about since I played in Salina before I end up going to play in Salina, and the work that we put in, the things that we do, it prepares me, it prepares my body for the games week in and week out. And this is something that has been proven through my whole little, I would say, arena pro stint. I've been productive everywhere I've been. Um, so yeah, that's how I prepare. PSP, Jamari Gordon.
Love it. Love it. Sammy, I know you got to get out of here for the night, man. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciated it. So definitely have a great night and best of luck this upcoming week, sir.
I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Definitely. Have a
Appreciate
great
you.
All right. So on that note, Coach Moreland, how do you prepare for a game?
Uh, well, nobody said it, but during the week, we looking at a lot of film, breaking down, the opposing teams' offense, defense, special teams. We're going over the scouting report. Shout out to Coach Vern who breaks down all of our opposing teams. Uh, the players are posting workouts, and us making sure that the players are actually getting it in. And on game day, if I don't have a phone full of messages and phone calls that I got to return before I hit the road, I'm just listening to music, listening to little Kanye, little Jeezy, little Pastor Troy, just to get my mind right, like I'm playing. You feel what I'm saying? So I just try to get in that mode, and as like I'm a player or whatever, and I lock in that way.
I love it. I love it. I always forget you and I are very similar in age until you just listed out your music taste, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. So let's kind of transition a little bit. I mean, obviously, you guys have been in the AAL2 now for virtually most of the season. So I wanted to ask you guys comparatively, in comparison to the other leagues that you played in the past, how does the AAL2 stack up? I mean, in terms of competition, in terms of organization, just top to bottom, how do you guys feel about your experience so far in the AAL2? And we'll start with Coach on this one.
We was in the AL2 2024, and out of all the leagues we've been in, this AAL2 league has the most competition. It's ran professional. It's ran like it's a professional league. Even though every team doesn't have the arena per se, but the talent is there. The talent is there. It's ran well, and that's why we just got to come in every week and compete. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not knocking, not throwing no shade on any other league, but like the AL2 is where it's at. If you wanna, if you wanna be seen, with the podcast, with the different teams having their podcasts, with the league having their talk shows, and just getting guys out there, getting their names out there, getting their film out there, with the rankings, standing, player highlights, team highlights. This is where you want to be. So.
Love it. Love it. Kind words for the AAL2 as well. Tristan, how do you feel about the AAL2 so far?
So this is my first year in the AAL2. I feel like it's a pretty good league. I do feel like we can compete in the AAL though. I do feel like we can compete in that, but I do understand some of the the things that you have to be in the AAL. Like you stated, like some of the arenas and the different things of the look. But talent wise, I feel like we can compete with any AAL team. There is a lot of talent in these AAL2 teams, but I feel like the talent is so split among the different teams that is they have good games versus each other, but when they play us, it is a whole nother different story because I feel like we have a lot of talent together in every position. But it is a good league so far. I am pleased with what I see. So yeah.
Also high praise, obviously, as Tristan just mentioned. He's been at the professional level at multiple stops with Salina, which is one of the better teams at the next level. So that's pretty high praise coming from him. So Tommy, how about you, sir? How do you feel about the 2026 version of the AAL2 so far?
It's breaking up.
They're breaking up really bad all of a sudden. Yeah. It's breaking up really bad at the moment. We'll come back to you. Elijah, how do you sorry, I completely lost my train of thought once that popped on. So what did I just ask you, Tristan?
How do we feel about the AAL2
Thank you.
and previous leagues we've been in?
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm good. AAL2, it's good competition, right? Of course, it's a difference whenever you step up to the next level on a competition aspect, but ain't nobody that's just gonna lay down. Every single week you have somebody that's gonna come back at you and fight. And I like that because there's definitely other leagues where you whoop on somebody for about a quarter, and the rest of the 3 quarters they're kind of moving out the way. And that's not here, and I like that.
That's also some pretty kind words. I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of a discrepancy currently in the standings. Peach State's up at the top. Steel City also having a really good season as well. There are definitely some teams that have struggled so far this season, but like you said, they've remained competitive in games. It doesn't seem like anybody kind of sits it out or takes a play off or anything for that matter. But it definitely seems like there's definitely there've been some very competitive games, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But let's transition a little bit. You guys have a game coming up next week that should be very competitive. Speaking of which, with Tri-City, your last home game of the season. So with that being said, how prepared are you guys to get back to home and kind of defend that one more time before the playoffs? Let's go to Elijah first on this one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely excited to get back in Swanee. But the truth is, we trying to look like the Lions looked against them. We trying to put up points, and we trying to make it known that we are the most dominant team in the AAL2, and we want everybody to be scared to play the Peach State Cats from this point forward. There should be a clear transition of us going through that war in Columbus and now coming out to play everybody else. We want to look like Columbus playing everybody else.
Fair point. I love it. Tristan, how about you, sir?
Can you repeat your question for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to the next game. Talk to me a little bit about your thoughts on Tri-City and then also getting back home to kind of defend your home turf one last time before the playoffs.
Well, what I would say about that, we don't too funny lose at home. So that's one thing. We've already played Tri-Cities already away, and it went our way. So at home, I just don't see it going any other way. And I also, to piggyback off of Elijah, after the performance that we just had in Columbus, we played better than some of the AAL teams that they competed against, such as Mississippi, such as Jersey Bearcats. Score was a lot closer. So it's like we are on the path to continue to be a powerhouse, and everybody gonna have to see us. So I just don't see us giving up, losing, being a close game, or anything like that. My predictions is blowouts for the rest of the season.
Love it. Love it.
You Kelly predictions already, baby.
I'm telling you, blowouts for the rest of the season.
I was gonna say, confidence is key, and obviously it's important when you're a professional or you're an athlete and trying to be at the professional level or playing at this level. It doesn't really matter. You got to have confidence. So I love it. Coach, talk to me a little bit about this upcoming matchup with Tri-City.
All right. Well, first off, I'm gonna say, what's up to Coach AG? What's up to Coach Hall that's over there? I know a lot of those guys over there. A couple players, Mike Bostic. I know a lot of those guys, but kind of like I said on the previous show, or whatever. They know we have some guys. They know we got a good team or whatever, and they're gonna prepare. I don't think they're just gonna lay down. I think they're gonna prepare for it, and I know they've added some players from Florida. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. But yeah, so we do our homework. We know that they got some guys, and they bringing in some athletes who they gonna try to get the ball to. I know they got a nice slot receiver, and I know they got a nice big running back. But yeah, we're gonna prepare. We're gonna prepare for them. But going into this game, like they said, we're trying to dominate. It doesn't matter who you have. I just said what I said just to let them know. We're doing our homework. But we're trying to dominate at home. Like Tristan said, we don't lose at home. We probably lost once at home, I believe. No, we lost twice. From what I can remember, we've lost twice. One was a few years ago, and one was this year against Mississippi. I don't think that'll happen again. We're locked in. We're loaded. And we're just sorry that the River Gators got to see us, whenever they got to see us, and that's for the rest of the schedule too. So yeah, we ready, we locked in, and we ready to dominate and show these teams and show the league that we are the team. We are the team.
I would say currently the standings kind of back up that statement. So obviously, you guys are doing something right so far. Speaking of which, this seems like a perfect time to transition to this, and it's something that I've really always kind of wanted to ask you, Coach, because I mean, it's as you know from both sides of the fence, right? I mean, you recruit for the professional level with Columbus, you recruit for the developmental level with Peach State. You also have other hats you wear everywhere else as well. So I mean, how is it you guys manage to find year over year this much talent, despite the fact that this is a developmental team? I mean, it seems like you guys have professional level players each and every season. It never fails. So, I mean,
Right.
how do you go about building that standard and keeping it a year over year over year?
All right, so I'm gonna take you back. Like I said, when I reached out to the previous owner, Tim Freeman, to play quarterback for him, he said that they didn't have a coach. Okay, cool. He did his research on me, found out that I coach high school football, and asked me if I wanted to be a coach. During that time, I was playing semi-pro, and I knew guys like Tristan, Chris Williams, Showtime, guys like C.J. Benton, T.J. Jackson. I knew I had a lot of friends, that played semi-pro with me and that I knew could play at the next level. So when he offered me the head coaching job, I took it, knowing that I was going to bring, some guys that I knew in who was going to dominate. So which we did. That first year, Tristan was on the squad. What was it, 2021? He was on that squad, and we just started sending guys to the next level. We sent that whole team, probably 90% of that team, to the next level. CIF, what was it? CIF, NAL, IFL. We sent them all up, and so as we send them up, we get the flyers and we promote it. We push it. Hey, this guy was playing with us, and now look where he's at. And that's when it starts. Everybody start inboxing. Oh, we want to play. We want to play. We want to play. And then we tell them about the tryouts. Once we see them at tryouts, we bring in the guys who we feel like can go to the next level. That's what we do. We bring in guys who I feel like can play at the next level. Now, when you're here, just learn the arena game. That's all I'm basically doing is, just not, I mean, I guess I'm teaching them or introducing them to arena football, indoor football, but during our practices are like games. And we put them in different situations, down and distance, what you're going to do versus trips, what you're going to do versus backside motion. And we put them in those situations so that they learn the game. And you see how, you got to be able to play one-on-one. But yeah, that's the key. You got to get somebody signed first. You got, somebody got to get signed. And once that happens, we create that flyer and we put it out there and we promote them. We follow them. I fly to Salina to go see Tristan play. I'll fly anywhere to go see anybody play. And if I can't make it, we'll send we'll send a staff member to Mississippi to see Tom and Neely play, or we'll all meet down in Columbus to see Tom and Neely play. So that's the key. Just get somebody signed and you promote it, you share it, you promote it, and then hopefully, your inbox will be full like mine is, to where we got to start turning guys away. So
There you go. There you go. Which we'll put a pin in that and talk about it a little bit more soon. So Tristan, I wanted to go to you next because obviously we got Coach Moreland talking about what brings players to him. I mean, what brought you to the Peach State Cats and what really drew you to this opportunity?
So I've been knowing Coach Moreland for some years now. He used to be my teammate. And then when he got the opportunity to be the head coach of the Peach State Cats in 2021, we was actually playing together with Metro Atlanta Horsemen. He was my H-back. So
I was blocking for him.
exactly blocking, leading me to the end zone. So when he got the opportunity, he said something about it very early on when he got the opportunity. He's telling me, like, when we have the trials, I need you to come because I think this would be a good opportunity for you and the start of your career. So went to the trial, did pretty good at the trial. He was like, you're going to be on the team, all this. He going to teach me the game. Made the team. We had practices, learned the game. Then we started competing. Then we pretty good. We started winning. And then as the season progressed, I progressed. And then I was able to get an opportunity to sign and go play in the CIF. And with that, I was with Salina for 2 years, won the championship with him my first year. Second year, we went back to the championship, but we did not win. But it was a great experience. And then now I teach and I coach. So being that I'm back home doing that, Coach Moreland hit me up. He was like, he got an opportunity, to play locally. So I was like, cool, that sounds good to me. And so that's what I've been doing: teach, coach, and play on the weekend.
You ain't gonna mention you was the championship MVP.
I was gonna let you do it. I was like, they say if I do it, I'm gonna be talking about myself. So there it is.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you that I was proud of my boy, man. I went up there, flew up there to the Salina Liberty. Who y'all played against? Omaha Beef.
Omaha Beef, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? He wasn't the starting running back, but when he got in, hey, it was a wrap. And next thing you know, I seen him literally win the championship game by himself and put Salina in position to do what they do. And that was a special moment for me, for real. And shout out to Coach O'Neal. He came up to me after the game and he was like, "Hey, this is because of you." And so I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and for a coach from Salina Liberty to say, "Hey, this is because of you," like that, I'm like, okay, this is what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, shout out to Tristan.
Man, shout out to you, man.
Love it. I love it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Tristan, but you guys played the Omaha Beef 2 years in a row, right? Won the first year, beat them, or lost the second year?
Yes, hurt my soul. Oh my goodness, because we lost to another former player, Draco State. Who played with
yep. Okay.
Yes, so that hurt my soul. I just wanted to beat him, win 2, so I will be up 2 to his 0, but we tied 1-1.
So Tristan and Draco was on that same 2021 Peach State Cat team.
It's crazy. Small world. A lot of them, like you said, a lot of them moved up. So Elijah, I'm curious, what brought you to Peach State, sir?
Well, grow up playing football.
I think you're on mute, Elijah.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we're good. So I went to college at Morehouse. and ended up leaving early, went to work, and wasn't doing nothing but working. And then actually a friend of mine that played for James at the time uh, had invited me out to the field and was like, let's go run some routes and get some work in. And as we running routes and stuff, and my old hip started to loosen up at 26, 27. He was like, man, you still look good. You should get out here and play. So I ended up going to a tryout. And by the way, Coach Moreland gonna trick y'all if y'all come to the arena because he gonna be in the front like just a regular worker, and you're not gonna think he the whole on a head coach like that. So I walked to the front and he asked me what position I play, and I'm like, why is this man asking me all these questions? Don't you just work at the front? But but anyways, he get me out there, and I go through a season with 29ers. I came back through Peach State and just enjoyed myself. I had a good time. And had some talks of going some places, but I do construction here. I have my own construction company. And I wasn't really willing to go anywhere. I wanted to stay at home, and ain't no better place to be than here if I'm gonna be here. So that's where I'm at.
Makes perfect sense. So out of curiosity, what year was that?
Oh, so that's 2 years ago. That's the 2024 team that went up to Wheeling, and we still need some get back from that, but I ain't gonna speak on that too much.
Okay. Interesting. So still having a little bit of audio issues, but as long as you can hear me, Coach, I think we might be able to make it through the rest of the way, hopefully.
Yeah, I can hear
Uh,
everybody. I just didn't hear you live of that last one, but I can hear you.
that's odd. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna play a quick slideshow while we kind of ask the last question here, but it's some pictures from the Columbus game. My mistake, meant to play it earlier, but here it is. By the way, I don't know who your photographer is, but they do a great job. These are some great photos. So if you don't mind, who does your team photos?
That's our photographer. We call her Jay. We call her Jay. Jay Lynn.
Very nice. Very nice. She does a great job. But anyway, Coach, I wanted to kind of just, let you kind of finish this out. Do you have any thoughts for fans? Anything they should watch out for next week? Anything you wanted to get out there before we close out the show for tonight?
Yeah. So I will be giving out. Well, not giving out. I don't know. I think I might give out a football or two, and then we'll have some jerseys for sale. So before we sell anything, I probably give out a ball or two for free, and I probably give out a jersey or two for free because we are putting jerseys on sale. We're putting the black jerseys on sale, and we're putting the gray jerseys on sale. So we may give a couple out before during the game or before the game. We may give a ball out. So just make sure you're there. If you don't get the free ball, we'll have them for sale. We'll have jerseys and a couple footballs for sale at our last home game, last regular season home game. We hope to host some playoffs games. So, but yeah, jerseys are going on sale.
Absolutely. And is there anywhere else they can get those jerseys and stuff if they're not at that last home game?
Yes, if they want to purchase a jersey, they could inbox me, James Moreland, on Facebook, or inbox or comment under a Peach State Cats post. So look, let me tell you this. You remember I told you that the inbox be full of players. I had to turn the inbox off of the Peach State Cats right now. So if you try to inbox us, you probably won't find that button. Just so comment under a post and I'll see it. But yeah, inbox is loaded. They waiting on trials next year.
If you have any difficulties, feel free to reach out to anybody at Shady Sports. We'll help get you
Okay, perfect.
pointed in the right direction. So definitely want to make sure that we get all the support we can to the Cats. Got to keep them around for many, many years to come. Obviously, they've been a great launching pad for many, many players, as we've highlighted tonight. Mr. Gould, can you still hear me okay? Do you have anything for fans before we get out of here tonight?
You said, do I have anything for who?
We're fans, family, anybody who might be watching.
Well, whenever my mama watches, love you, mama, we made it. But that's about it, man. That's really, if anybody that comes to the game, if you want anything signed, bring it. I'll bring some markers. We can get your stuff signed, balls, shirts, shoes. It don't matter. We can do some signatures on your stuff.
Corey Black, what's going on? Corey Black took care of us. I'm sorry for cutting y'all off. I'm reading the comments. Corey Black,
Sorry
Columbus
about that. I'm
Lions GM.
kind of rolling through them pretty quick. I guess we could roll through them in here. Here's one good one that Enrique Crumbs asked. What's the price for a ball?
What's the price
Depends if
for a
y'all
ball?
scored or not.
Right now, tell Enrique he got to get an interception or a scoop and score or something. We ain't selling him no ball. I just play. That's my guy, Pensacola in the house.
Love it. So what is the price?
Let me think on it. Let me think on it. But I do know they are going on sale, just like the jerseys. I know the jerseys. Hey, the jersey's gonna be $100. They going for $100 because these are some championship jerseys, and we got some new stuff coming in.
Pretty solid price there, honestly. I mean, I would say on par for most jerseys out there these days. Mark Simmons, 2 ready for next weekend. I got Enrique Combs again, Pensacola in the house, of course. That's like his signature trademark phrase.
Pensacola in the house, that's my guy.
Mark Simmons says, Q Shingleton says, Mark Simmons, oh yeah. I got a ton of comments here. So Keandre Carter's Certified Dogs, Enrique Combs, Frax. Well, honestly, we've got quite a few people who've been commenting today. I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in. Elijah, do you have anything for the fans, family, anybody who might be watching tonight?
No, man, just come and support us, man. If y'all like violent football, if y'all like seeing folks get hit, y'all like seeing, you like seeing folks get smashed on, come to Swanee. And as Andre 3K said, man, the South got something to say.
I love it.
Hey, Sam,
yes,
real quick. I got to give a shout out to Elijah as well, man, because Elijah is a I don't know what to call it. He a great motivational speaker. He get the team hyped before the game with the prayer or the motivational speech. Like he be get me ready to play. Like for real. So shout out to Elijah for doing that, man. He don't have to. That's just a leader in him that just he feel like it has to be done, so he's gonna do it, and nobody asked him to do it. So appreciate you, Elijah, for that too, man.
Hey, appreciate you, Coach, man. Appreciate it.
Coach, I hope you don't mind if I do this, but Elijah, what's the name of your construction company, just in case anybody has any needs?
That's Tony Remodeling. We do everything. You need to have roof, sided, sheetrock, or even custom builds. I do custom build outs, everything. And everything will be done by these 2 hands right here. So if you need anything, let us know. We got a Facebook page and everything.
There you go. Tristan, is there any business? Is there anything you want to shout out on your end? Just so it's everybody's fair here.
If y'all need any cakes, let me know. My mama made cakes, so yeah, we can do that.
There you go.
We talking about you, Tristan. Hey,
man, that's for me.
Tristan, the teacher, man. If y'all kids need some tutoring, hit them up.
Oh yeah, for sure. We can do that too. Football coaching, all that training, all that.
You already know.
There you go. Love it. All right. Anything else from anybody before we get out of here for the night?
No, I'm good. But no, Sam, I do look. This is why I like going live so that we can, interact with the fans or whatever. Because I remember 100%. One time I was watching the show and I just kept typing and I'm like, why ain't nobody responding to me? Why? Who was it? The Predators. I said, why Raph supposed to be my guy? He ain't responded to me yet. But no, this is why I like going live though. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to TJ Jackson. Corey Black again. Shout out to the Columbus Lions for real, man, for pre-game meal, post-game meal. Just for just showing us some love and all that good stuff, man, for real.
Definitely. And also I wanted to shout out one more guy real quick. I wasn't gonna show this, but shout out to Evan DiMaggio, whose team just clinched first seed in the NAL. So I just wanted to shout that out real quick. One of the many, many guys who has gotten opportunity at the next level because of the Peach State Cats. So congratulations to him in the Southwest Kansas Storm right now. So
shout out to my guy, Brentley Allen. My guy, Brentley Allen. Yes, sir.
Did he play for you guys?
Yes.
Oh, really? So is that how he ended up with Omaha and Carolina?
That's yes. Well, he went to
He
He
went to
went to
Carolina
he went to
first.
the Cobras first.
There we
Yeah.
go.
He went to the
Okay.
Cobras when we played against Coach Negron and them with the Cobras. They picked him up right afterwards.
That makes
Shout
sense.
out to Brentley, man. Brentley was driving all the way from South Carolina to play with us.
Hey Ralph, if you wanna do live shows again, we could talk. You know, shoot me a message. We'll talk. But and Q, is it Q on? I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly.
Q.
Quan?
Quan. What up,
Shingle.
Quan?
Quan Shingleton. Sorry about that, Quan. I apologize. Where the film, he says. So
Quan should be on our. He should be on our team next season.
there you go. There you go. All right. Well, start preparing for those tryouts now. Something tells me there's going to be quite competitive tryouts coming up next season. So thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight. If you haven't done so already, make sure you share this. Hit the like button for sure. If you're a Peach State Cats fan, all of that stuff matters. It means that more people who have not seen this yet will see it later. And obviously, the whole point is to highlight this great team that we all get to root for every weekend. So on that note, we're going to leave you guys go Cats, and we'll see you next week.